You have to suffer. Not because life is cruel, but because greatness demands a price. No one talks about this part. They show you success, money, respect, power. But they hide the nights when you're alone, questioning yourself, doubting your worth, feeling weak, tired, and invisible. Suffering is not a punishment, it's a test. When you suffer, life is asking one question: how badly do you want it? Everyone wants the reward. Very few accept the pain. You will suffer when you wake up early while others sleep. You will suffer when you work in silence and no one claps for you. You will suffer when progress is slow and results don't show. You will suffer when people laugh at your dreams and call your discipline madness. But listen carefully. This suffering is shaping you. Pressure creates diamonds. Fire forges steel. And pain builds warriors. If your life feels heavy right now, it means you are carrying something important. If it hurts, it means you are growing. If it's hard, it means you're on the right path. Weak people run from pain. Strong people learn from it. Legends are born inside it. Every scar you carry is proof that you didn't quit. Every tear you hide is fuel for your future. Every time you wanted to give up, but didn't, you leveled up. Remember this: comfort makes people soft. Suffering makes them unstoppable. So don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask instead, what is this trying to make me? Because one day, this pain will make sense. This struggle will turn into strength. And this suffering will become your story. You don't avoid suffering. You go through it. And on the other side, you become someone unrecognizable. Stay in the fight. The pain is temporary. The strength is permanent. And don't think for a second that suffering means you are failing. Most people quit right before the transformation begins. Right before the breakthrough. Right before life was about to say, now you're ready. Suffering is the classroom, where patience is taught, where ego is crushed, where discipline is built, brick by brick. You are not suffering because you are weak. You are suffering because you chose a harder path. The path of growth, the path of self-respect, the path that doesn't come with shortcuts. There will be days when your body moves but your soul feels empty, when motivation disappears and all you have left is habit. That's not a bad thing. That's mastery being born. Anyone can work when they feel inspired. Only warriors work when they feel nothing. You will suffer in silence, while others celebrate loudly. You will build in the dark, so one day you can shine without explanation. And yes, you will lose people. Some will leave, because your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Some will doubt you, because they couldn't survive the pain you embraced. Let them go. Loneliness is part of the process. Isolation sharpens focus. Distance creates clarity. Every time you choose to continue, when quitting feels easier, you send a message to your future self: I didn't betray you. Pain humbles you. It breaks the arrogance. It teaches gratitude. It forces you to rely on effort, not luck. And one day, when life finally tests you for real, you won't panic. You won't complain. You won't beg for mercy. Because you've been here before. In the dark. In the struggle. In the suffering. This is where strength is normalized. This is where excuses die. This is where average people turn dangerous. So suffer, not with anger, but with purpose. Suffer with your head high. Suffer knowing every painful step is separating you from who you used to be. You are not behind. You are being prepared. The world will only see the result, never the pain. And that's fine, because you didn't do this for applause. You did this to become unbreakable. Keep going. Keep suffering. Keep building. Because the version of you that survives this will never fear life again. And there will come a moment when even suffering feels pointless. When you look around and think, After all this pain, I'm still here. That moment is dangerous. That moment decides everything. Because this is where most people break. Not when it hurts, but when it hurts for too long. Understand this. Life doesn't reward effort immediately. It rewards endurance. You are being tested on patience, on consistency, on whether you can stand tall. Without reassurance, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to motivate you. No one is watching. And that's the advantage. Because when you build without an audience, you build for real. When you fight without applause, you fight with truth. Your mind will try to escape. It will beg for comfort, for distractions, for easy dopamine. That's the enemy. Control your mind, or it will control your future. Suffering teaches you control over emotions, over impulses, over fear. You stop reacting, you start deciding, and slowly, quietly, something changes. You don't complain anymore. You don't explain yourself. You don't seek validation. You move. You execute. You improve. Pain becomes familiar. Fear becomes manageable. Discomfort becomes normal. And that's when you realize you are no longer the same person who started this journey. You don't need motivation. You are driven by identity. This is who you are now. A person who shows up tired. A person who works while hurting. A person who keeps going, even when the outcome is uncertain. One day, people will call you lucky. They'll say it was easy for you. They'll say you had talent. They didn't see the nights. You fought your own mind. They didn't hear the voice inside that told you to quit, and how you silenced it. Let them talk. You know the truth. The truth is, you suffered when quitting was an option. You stayed when leaving felt safer. You endured when giving up felt logical. And because of that, you earned something rare. Respect, self-trust, inner strength. This is not the end of suffering, but it is the end of weakness. From here on, life doesn't scare you. Because you've already survived what was meant to break you, you have to suffer. So one day, nothing can touch you. And here's the part no one prepares you for. After all that suffering, you don't suddenly feel happy. You feel calm. A dangerous kind of calm. The kind that comes when chaos no longer shakes you. When problems don't trigger panic. When pressure feels familiar. That's growth. You stop chasing noise. You stop proving yourself. You stop reacting to disrespect. Because suffering already stripped you of ego. You've been broke. You've been doubted. You've been ignored. You've been tired beyond words. So what can life really do to you now? This is where confidence is born. Not loud. Not arrogant. Silent. Grounded. You don't rush anymore. You don't force results. You understand timing. You know that real power moves slow, builds quietly, and strikes when it's ready. Pain taught you discipline. Discipline taught you consistency. Consistency taught you patience. And patience changed everything. Now you see people differently. You recognize excuses instantly. You hear weakness in words. You see fear disguised as logic. But you don't judge. Because once, that was you. Suffering made you honest with yourself. No lies, no shortcuts, no illusions. Just work. Just progress. Just growth. And here's the truth most people miss. The goal was never success. The goal was becoming someone capable of handling it. Because success without suffering creates fragile people. And fragile people collapse. The moment life pushes back, you didn't collapse. You adapted. You learned to move forward. Even when your mind screamed stop, you learned to keep promises. Especially the ones made to yourself. That's rare. That's why few make it. So if you're still suffering, still tired, still pushing, good. It means the process is working. It means you're being sharpened, not destroyed. One day, when life finally puts weight on your shoulders, you won't bend, Because you've been training under pressure. Your whole life, you had to suffer. So you could stand unshaken when everything else falls apart. And one day, you will look back at this version of yourself and barely recognize them. Not because you became softer, but because you became stronger in silence. You no longer explain your pain. You no longer expect understanding. You've learned that growth is lonely, and strength is misunderstood. Suffering trained you to stand alone, without feeling abandoned. You stopped asking for permission, stopped waiting for approval, stopped hoping someone would notice. You noticed yourself. That changed everything. Now your standards are higher, not for others, for you. You don't tolerate laziness in your own mind. You don't negotiate with weakness. You don't romanticize excuses. You execute. Even on days when your chest feels heavy. Even when your energy is gone. Even when the world feels unfair. Because suffering taught you a brutal lesson. No one is coming. And instead of breaking you, that truth freed you. You became responsible. For your time. For your habits. For your future. That's when power entered your life. Not the power to control others, but the power to control yourself. And self-control is the highest form of strength. You don't fear failure anymore. You've already failed in private. You don't fear judgment. You've already been judged in silence. You fear one thing only: becoming the person who quit on themselves. That fear keeps you moving. Slowly, relentlessly, without drama. You don't need motivation. You built a system. You don't need confidence. You built proof. Every painful step added weight to your spine. Every hard day thickened your skin. Every lonely night sharpened your mind. This is what suffering does. When you don't run from it, it doesn't make you angry. It makes you dangerously calm. And when life tries to test you again, because it always does, you won't ask, why me? You'll smile slightly and think, again? Fine, because this is familiar territory. You were built here. You had to suffer, not to be broken, but to become someone. Life can't control anymore.